Hey, good evening. Terry Vanover here. I am so happy to be with you tonight. I'm really looking forward to talking about the topic that we have tonight. So, we're talking about feeling abandoned, but the questions that y'all gave me, I'm going to read the questions. They're great. It's been a year and I still get mad and sad for her leaving me. I know I need to learn to forget about her and get the memories out of my head, and it's messing up my current relationship. Okay. And the other one was, how do I let go of the anger and the sadness of the future I once thought? Okay, these are great. Okay, so they're very, very similar, right? So if you have not checked out the video from last night, it is really pertinent to what I'm talking about today. And you definitely want to attend our workshop on the 20th. It's a men's intensive retreat, y'all, and we're going to deep dive into this stuff. So I can't really get into everything in just a 10-minute video, but we're going to deep dive and I'm going to give you the 4-step process that you're going to need to let go once and for all, get closure and move forward. So these are really great questions. So I would invite you to take some time and to lean into that anger and sadness. And I would guarantee you that there's some deeper emotions going on, and they're probably related to something else. I talk about the betrayal of a family member, and y'all, I walked around very angry for some time. And the thing is, because of the work I knew that the betrayal was signaling to me that there's something deeper going on. And the anger, whenever there's anger, look, anger is always a surface emotion for pain. So you need to lean into that pain and discover what is beneath that pain, what is really, truly going on. And so, and this is higher end, but one of the things you need to do is lean into that and just kind of get into like a meditative, quiet, reflective state. And I would invite you to lean into and surrender. I call it consciously surrendering to that pain. Breathe into it and see what comes up, because only in doing that can you really get to the deep inner issues that's really going on. So I use the betrayal trauma one quite a bit, where I just leaned into that because I got tired of carrying around that anger, and I just took some time. And because I do this on a regular basis, though it didn't take me that long. I think when you're kind of first doing it, it might take some time. You might have to do it several times before you really get to the root of what's really beneath what's going on. But in this case, what I discovered was I was really feeling powerless. It wasn't really about the anger. I walked around being so angry because it had triggered a sense of powerlessness in me. And I think I talked about this a little bit last week. I talked about how, we talked about the capacity to love. And sometimes when I go to that dark place, when the betrayal trauma comes back up, I'll go back up to the love and go, oh, look at the capacity to love that person who hurt me so deeply. I love that. But the powerlessness for me, nobody wants to feel powerless. No one wants to be vulnerable. So it's much easier to stay in the anger, you know? So if you get to that root of that deep inner emotion and figure out, ooh, I she really hurt me because I feel, she pulled away my security, and I feel very unsafe, and I feel insecure, and I feel whatever it is for you. It's different for everyone that I work with. Some of it's a sense of like not belonging or not feeling accepted. For me, it was a sense of powerlessness. And so once you dive deeply into that and you get to the root of it, then you can deal with that, right? Then you go, oh, okay, now I know what this is about. Now I can, give myself what I need to get back my power. And that's a lot of what I do, is help people give themselves a voice again, because it's that inner child that's been wounded that feels like, holy moly, feeling victimized, feeling powerless. And, one of the things I asked myself in that moment was like, okay, you're feeling this. So what do you need? What does little Terry need to get back her power? And at the time, because it was a family member, people were telling me, oh, just let it go. It's okay. You can talk to this person. When I really needed to give myself a voice and say, no, it's okay for me to just say no right now and say no to this person. I don't have to let this person back into my life because I needed to give myself some power. Now, of course, it's different now, years later, but at that time, that's what I was needing. So I would invite you to go within and see what's really going on behind this anger, y'all. Because if you deep surrender and consciously surrender to those unconscious feelings that you're suppressing and see what comes up for you. And depending on what comes up for you is what your next step is. And Robert had asked about letting go of the anger and sadness of the future. Okay, and I love this too because you're right. What makes divorce so traumatic is that it's layers of grief, right? You're not grieving just the loss of a relationship, you're grieving the loss of your future. So, one of the things is a lot of self care and a lot of self compassion. Give yourself lots of grace and don't be so hard on yourself right now. You're going through a lot. You're going through layers and layers and layers of grief and layers and layers and layers of stress. So giving yourself lots of compassion. Yeah, and feeling uncertain. Yes, 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 Birdie. Yes, that's what makes divorce so stressful because it's not just the stress of what you know. Damn, I'm losing my house, I'm losing time with my kids, I'm losing my wife, I'm losing everything. But it's the stress of the unknown, right? Like, oh shit, like, when will I get to see my kids? Where will I live? you know, what does the future hold for me? I don't want to date anymore. You're right. It is that stress. It is. And so I don't want to, and I think that's the problem with people who haven't experienced divorce. They don't understand how scary this is. They don't understand how stressful it is because it's not just the stress of what you do know, it's the stress of what you don't know. So there's a multiple layer of stress. So it's so important, guys. That's why I do Self Care Sunday, because you've got to take care of yourself. It's radical self care. You've got to give yourself the grounding that you need to put yourself in a place where you can let go of that anxiety, let go of the stress, take care of your body. So very vital that you have a holistic plan for moving forward. Absolutely. And surrender to what is. You can't change what happened, and know in the future that you'll probably understand why it happened, but understand that it is what happened. And listen, you didn't know the future. Here's the truth, y'all. You didn't know the future, what it was going to look like when you were married. The truth is, control is an illusion. And that's a big mistake that we have. We think like tomorrow's going to look just like today. And the truth is, I could go outside and get hit by a bus tomorrow and no one would know. Or I could go out tomorrow and someone could hand me $30,000. you know, it's infinite possibilities. We don't know what will happen. And the truth is, when you were married, you really didn't know the future then either. So your future is no more uncertain today than it was while you were married. So if you surrender and understand that we really don't know what tomorrow will look like. But here's the thing, you can start to take steps to create a new future. You can start to say, okay, you know what? Maybe in my mind, I had planned we were going to retire together. We were going to move to the beach together. We're going to do this, this, and this. Now I'm gonna create a new chapter. I'm gonna create a new life for myself. I'm gonna get a boat and sail around the world, or whatever it is. There's infinite possibilities. Remember someone in the group was talking about like, oh, I can never have children again. Boom, here's a picture of my child. Y'all, I mean, I'm telling you, I had grieved that, I thought motherhood was over. I had my two kids, motherhood's over. I had like grieved that. I mean, y'all don't know how hard it was for me to give away the baby clothes because I had fully expected. we were going to have 3 kids. Well, wouldn't you know, once I gave away all those baby clothes, find out I'm pregnant. You don't know what the future holds. You really don't. There's infinite possibilities. So if, you have just a chance of like meeting someone so amazing, so great, building a family, having everything you could ever want as you do as it being terrible. It's up to you how you choose to look at it. Someone had posted about how, like, he had these plans and he had all this stuff planned, and this his girlfriend was pregnant, and like we're all like, yay, but he was going down the rabbit hole of negativity. And anxiety is a trickster, right? Anxiety is a liar. It doesn't tell you the truth. It's only going to paint this dark doom future. It never says, oh, by the way, this baby will be the greatest thing that ever happened to you, and you guys are going to get closer than ever, and you're going to have an amazing family, and blah 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 blah, because that is just as likely of a possibility as you and your daughter are becoming less close together. So if you can remember that the uncertainty, every day is uncertain. Every day, every moment is uncertain. So stay in the present and be grateful for the present. And I talked about that too. So definitely check out the video from yesterday as well, where I talked about the first step to getting closure, which is finding gratitude in what the relationship gave you. That's the first step, as well as doing all these other things: radical self-compassion, radical self-care, going beneath this anger. Look, guys, a lot of you have not been taught how to do this. And I'm telling you, it's powerful. The men that I work with say it's life changing. They're different men. They're completely different men because now they're more in touch with their emotions, but then they can deal with the reality of what's really going on. And so if you can deal with like the reality, oh, I'm just mad and sad. Okay, there's probably a gamut of other things going on within you. And if you can identify it and deal with that underlying emotion and get past it, you're going to feel so free, you're going to feel so at peace. So it's a multi-level thing here. And that's what I teach people how to do, is really on a deep level, is get to the heart of it, get to the root of the issue, and then give them the tools and the resources that they need to get past it and let it go permanently. So one of the things that we're going to be doing in our workshop on the 20th, I want y'all there. I want you there. I want to see y'all all signing up, all 5 of you that are on the video camera right now. I want you on with me at our day-long men's intensive, because we're going to go through, I have an exercise where I'm going to teach you not only that first step in finding gratitude, but I'm going to give you the steps that also that you need for getting closure. And it's important that you understand you're not going to get closure from your ex. No matter what she says, no matter what he does, will you feel that, oh, okay, yeah, totally justifiable. Now I see why you divorced me. No, people don't feel that way. You have to get closure within yourself, and you have to learn to let go yourself. And it's a conscious act. And the truth is, you have to bring the unconscious to the conscious, and that's getting to the root of those feelings so that you can let that go and then move forward. It is a whole different ball game. Ever since I learned to like let go of that anger, those toxic emotions were only hurting me. So Adrian, the toxic emotions that you're carrying around today, it's only hurting you, and it's hurting all the relationships that you're in going forward. You're going to continue to ruin those future relationships, because I guarantee you it's not about your ex-wife, it's something deeper. She was just the trigger for all the deeper shit that you never dealt with. So join me on our men's intensive, because we're going to go deep, y'all. We're going to get to the heart of it. We're going to get to the root of it. I promise you, you're going to feel so free. You're going to feel like a new man at the end of the day. I promise. There's going to be time for you to get coached. You're going to get to meet other guys that understand exactly how you feel, and you're going to get support from all of us. And again, I'm going to give you real tools. Look, I'm a very proactive person. I'm not a sit around, shoot the breeze kind of a person. I'm going to give you real things that you can apply to your life that are going to take you to the next level. I promise. So I cannot wait to see you there. Candace has already put our link in there, so make sure you hop on that link and register tonight, okay? All right. I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.